Empire of the Ants starts with a narrator hyping the fuck out of ants.
This is the ant. Treat it with respect, for it may very well be the next dominant life form of our planet.
We then see some shitty corporation dumping chemicals into the water. Since this never goes according to plan, one of the barrels is damaged and washes up on the shore of some beachfront property being developed for sale. Ants show up and nom on the waste. Joan Collins from Dynasty stars in Empire of the Ants as a real estate developer taking poor rubes on boat trips to this location, in hopes of getting them to buy some of the near-worthless property. We get to know them all over the course of the first 30 minutes or so, including Chris Pine's dad, Robert Pine, who, despite bringing his wife along, gets super rapey with another lady mere feet away from the rest of the group. Now we know who to really root for to die. The film is light on ants in the first 30 minutes as we get to know everyone, although we do get hints of ant vision, which is always appreciated. The characters are interesting enough to where this first act doesn't feel like a slog, although it's weird how much lifetime bonding everyone is attempting to achieve during this quick trip. Considering this was a movie with a very 1950s mentality being made in the 1970s, I was getting super curious as to what the giant ants were going to look like. Sadly, they look like regular ants, blown up on film to look bigger and then superimposed somewhere in the scene. Although there are moments where big fuzzy prop ants will be thrust upon the performers, complete with 70s shaky cam, which is every bit as shitty as modern-day shaky cam. And they make unsettling noises which seem to be a blend of crickets, frogs, and women screaming. The effects are not surprising considering they were done by director Burt I. Gordon, a mainstay of 1950s drive-in horror with films like Earth vs. the Spider and Beginning of the End. Everyone is justifiably freaking out when the ants reveal themselves, and people do a bunch of dumb things, eventually running off through the woods in search of civilization.
You expect us to walk 2 miles through that jungle?
An old couple decides they can't keep up anymore and hide in a shed, which doesn't quite work out. Captain Kirk's dad lets his wife die and then starts bitching at everyone, and come on movie, kill this guy off in the worst way, please. And of course they do kill him off, but no worse than anyone else in the film bites it, and that's a crushing disappointment. The reason you have characters like this is for some kind of truly horrific and spectacular death, and they squander it here by having him go out like every other character. As the second act comes to a close, the survivors eventually reach a small town and are seemingly safe from the ant menace. However, things take a turn here that I was not expecting, not prepared for, and instantly delighted by, even though the timeline for these events makes zero sense. Now, despite the film's trailer spoiling the hell out of this plot twist, and seriously, it shows more of this stuff than it shows from the first hour of the movie, I don't want to give away what's happening here. If you are at all interested in this film, avoid the trailer entirely and go into this completely cold, because, man, it's something else. Oh hey, 1970s me. I was already leaning towards a recommendation, but where this film ends up seals the deal. Empire of the Ants is fun. Check it out.